You have a chance to lock up the AFC South this Saturday, in which is going to be a very crucial game, and it might be a very fun game, maybe the best game so far this season for your Houston Texans, and I'm going to tell you why. Cue the intro.
The city of the dream team, Hakeem, Turing, Beyonce, yeah, man. And I remember hot summer, hot winter. I couldn't fight, so the block made a hot spin.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to 73 Houston Sportcast. I'm your host, Ruben Calvillo, and our Houston Texans are going to Tampa Bay this Saturday to play the Buccaneers, and which is a very, very fun game. It's going to be a very fun game against a very good Buccaneers team. They are absolutely hot right now. They won 5 out of the last 6 games. Jameis Winston is absolutely airing at the ball. His last 2 games, he's averaged 450 yards through the air and multiple touchdowns. Now, what's different this game is that he's not going to have his top 2 targets. Mike Evans is out for the year, and Chris Goodwin, who is having an absolutely fantastic season, just injured his hamstring, and he, as well as Mike Evans, will not play there. So you're taking away Jameis Winston's number 1 and number 2 options, but like I said, he still has options. He has Rashad Perriman, who had an absolutely fantastic game, over 150 yards receiving last week and 3+ touchdowns. He has tight ends O.J. Howard and tight ends Cameron Bray. They both are very, very stud tight end, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they have weapons. The run game is non-existent. They're averaging 95 yards a game, which is 25 in the NFL. So they're going to be throwing the rock. They're going to try to air it out. And the Houston Texans, they do allow a lot of yards through the air, which is alarming. And you have to worry about it because this Houston Texans team, they do not pressure the quarterback whatsoever. And it leaves the cornerbacks having to cover for more than 3+ seconds. We saw it against the Tennessee Titans at their goal line when we absolutely had them covered, but because of the lack of pass rush, Ryan Tannehill was able to find A.J. Brown for a touchdown, and that is what worries me, because if you give Jameis Winston time to throw, he could absolutely just destroy you. Like I said, he's thrown for 900 yards these past 2 games, multiple touchdowns. Jameis Winston, he leads the league in interceptions, but he also leads the league in yards, and he's up there, maybe the top 3 in passing touchdowns. He could get it done through the air. Bruce Arians is putting a lot of faith in him, which is something that not only the coaches before did, is actually say, Jameis Winston, I'm okay that you make mistakes, just be who you are. And Bruce Arians is letting him be who he is. They're 7-7. They won 5 out of the last 6 games. They are one of the hottest teams right now. But there is a way that you could fluster Jameis Winston. Like I said before, he is leading the league in interceptions thrown. 24, 25, I believe. 8 of his interceptions have come in the first quarter, and this is how you do it. I'm going to show you how the Houston Texans should play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So here we go. We're going to see the play. We're going to pause it right here. Jameis Winston immediately sees that there is no linebackers in the middle of the field. So that gives him the impression that the Detroit Lions are going to straight up blitz him. He has 2 wide receivers at the top of the screen there, and they both are going to be running slants. What the Detroit Lions are going to do is they're going to show that they're blitzing, but as soon as the ball snaps, they are going to send the linebacker into coverage, and he is going to pick off Jameis Winston. As you can see, he sees, oh, wait, they're blitzing me. Tells the receivers, as soon as the ball snaps, drops back in coverage. Easy interception. Now we're going to get another view of this play. Stop right here. Jameis Winston, no linebackers in the middle of the field. The linebacker that is above white 69 is going to be the one who's going to be dropping back in coverage. So as soon as the ball is snapped, races to his spot, easy interception. That interception happened because before the snap even occurred, Jameis Winston knew where he was going with the ball. Now, after you saw that video, which was very fun to do, shout out to NFL Game Pass, shout out to Abby for helping me get the NFL Game Pass. But that is how you beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, is you disguise what you're doing. And if you disguise what you're doing, Jameis Winston is going to mess up. As you saw there, he thought the defense was blitzing him. And what did they do? They dropped a linebacker out in coverage for the easy interception. They really didn't apply that much pass rush, but they made him see what they wanted him to see. And Romeo Cornell is such a good defensive coordinator. He's very seasoned. He knows how to do this. If you do this, you're going to have a high chance of winning this game. Flip over to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. Shaquille Barrett is leading the league in sacks. I believe he has 16.5 or 17. He's an absolute stud. You know, he's a free agent. He was signed on a 1-year deal. Hey, hopefully he's a future Texan. There could be something there. But this defense is absolutely underrated. They have Barrett. They have Devin White, who as a rookie was playing absolutely sensation as a linebacker out of LSU. Ndamukong Suh is on there. So, you know, there's always a threat of a huge game from him. This defense is young and it's very underrated, and they could really have a good game against this Houston Texans team. But when you look at the Houston Texans offense, the offensive line has grown so much. They are absolutely just balling out. Each one of them has a Pro Football Focus grade of a 70 plus NFL, the only team to have a 70 all across the board. And that is very, very fantastic. Deshaun Watson absolutely looks like that he has figured it out. As a player, as a play caller, it is absolutely fun to see this Houston Texans offense. Now, like I said, this game is going to be important. You literally control your destiny right here and there. I see the Houston Texans winning in an absolute shootout. I see them winning 42-35. This is the kind of game I think it's going to be. Why? Because, like I said, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they are not scrubs. They play hard-nosed, rough defense, and they can absolutely score through the air. Now, if you have a great game against them, and you completely shut down through the air, the Texans should absolutely blow this team out. But I'm sticking with it. Like I said, this defensive pass rush is non-existent unless, you know, Whitney Merciless, Jacob Martin, Charles Omenihu, who, you know, just absolutely want to ball out. Then it is going to be a high-scoring game. A game that I see the Houston Texans absolutely winning. And I just think Deshaun Watson is going to go absolutely crazy. Fun fact, Deshaun Watson won the national championship at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Stadium. And it's going to be a very, very fun game for the Houston Texans. Why? It's going to be in very nice weather, prime time football. Everybody's going to be watching you. And what better than to show the NFL that you are a contender. Why? Because last week you beat the hottest team in the NFL, the Tennessee Titans. Then you have a chance to beat another hot team. And if you do that 2 weeks in a row, they're going to have to give you some props. Houston Texans 42, Buccaneers 35. We're going to go 10-5. As always, let me know, guys, what you think the score is going to be and who you think is going to ball out. I think it's going to be Deshaun Watson, but hey, that's an easy pick. It could easily be Carlos Hyde again. He had 104 yards last week, but hey, as always, go Texans. You guys have a blessed day.